to do slide 3. Before we start, I'm going to click up here because I haven't given my slideshow a name yet. So if yours doesn't have a name either, you should start by clicking in this little box. I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to give it the name of my national park. So type in the name of your national park. I'm going to put Great Sand Dunes. You don't have to write the word national park with it, but just the first part of your name, Great Sand Dunes, will do. And now you're ready to make this next slide. So remember, when you make a new slide, you're going to go to the plus sign here and you're going to click on blank slide. When you click on blank slide, it's going to open up like this, and we're ready to put the information on that we need. We need two things for slide 3. The first thing we need is a map of the state that it's in and where it is located in the state. I've already gone ahead and typed in, to save time, I've typed in the word map of Colorado right here because that's what state it's in. And then I added the words after it, Great Sand Dunes National Park. So by putting both of these, it's showing that I need a map of the state of Colorado and I need a map of Great Sand Dunes National Park. You need to find the map of your state that includes where your park is. So if I clicked on this first one, it's just a map of Great Sand Dunes. It doesn't show where it is in the state of Colorado. So you may have to look through some of these pictures here until you find one. For example, here's one that shows the map of Colorado and it shows where Great Sand Dunes is. I might look down just a little bit farther to see if I can find another one that I like. Here's one here. That's not bad. This one here isn't bad. So it's showing you where it is in the state of Colorado. Think of like this one. Here is a map of Colorado, and right down here is Great Sand Dunes National Park. So what you'll do is you're going to copy it. Now make sure that you click on it to make it big over here. And so when we do that, you're going to do a 2-finger click and then go all the way down to where it says copy image. Now that you've had the image copied, you're going to go back to your next tab here and you're going to paste it into your slideshow. You can paste it by doing Command V and it should pop up, or you can do the 2-finger click, and when you do the 2-finger click, you can click the word paste. So I did Command V and there's my map. That's one of the things that I need, and right here is Great Sand Dunes National Park. The next thing you'll need is the address of the park, like you were going to write them a letter. Here's where you're going to find the address of the park. To do this, you're going to have another Google search, and at the top you're going to type in the letters nps.gov, nationalparkservice.gov for our government. Go to this park, and when you get here, here's the home page, and I'm going to scroll down a little bit, and we're going to find a park. Now you can either choose your park by if you know what state it's in, or you can click on the words find a park. And I'm just going to start typing in right here in the search bar, great. And then as I type, it's going to open up all of the words there, and I don't have to type the whole thing. I can just click on Great Sand Dunes National Park. This will bring you to your home page of the park, and the address is found right on this home page. I'm going to scroll all the way down till the end where it says contact the park, and here is the mailing address right here. Instead of having to type it all, if you put your mouse on the end of it here and you click and you highlight the mailing address like this and highlight it, and then do Control C, you've copied it. Now back to your Google Slides, and now we're going to add a text box. So right here is the text box. Click on text box. I'm going to draw myself a text box where I want the address to be. And then again, you can press Command V to paste it in there. Now, if you remember from your sheet, you need the words Great Sand Dunes National Park up on this first line too, because now it's just sending it to some visitor center in Mosca, Colorado. So I'll put my mouse right here. If yours doesn't say it, I need to add that in front of it. Great, now I'm capitalizing it because it's a proper noun, Great Sand Dunes Visitor Center. So I included the name of my national park in the first line. I have the address in the second line. I have the city, the state, and the zip code, and that's the address. Now it's pretty boring just the way it looks. So you can highlight this and you can go up and you can change the font to one of the fonts that you like. So click a font that you like and make it bigger by clicking here. Make it a nice big font so people can read it easier. And I might make this a little longer this way. And it's okay if it went down to the next line. I might make it a little bit smaller so it all can fit there. Now you can even type in your own amount right here. If I wanted to highlight it, I can type 20 and see if that will all fit. So I have Great Sand Dunes Visitor Center, and I have my address here. And you can arrange it on here how you would like this to look by moving it around. And I would change probably the color too in the background. So we're not going to leave this a white background. That's pretty boring. So to go change the background, we're going to click on the word background here, and instead of choosing an image, choose a color for your background. So, I think I might choose black. And so black, then when I have it pressed done, notice I lost my words because my words were in black. So I need to click on that box where it was and do Control A to highlight it all or drag my mouse across it. And I'm going to change those colors too. A nice bright color will show up against black. And so to change the color of those words, you're going to go up here to the A where it's text color. And yellow really shows up good against black. So I have my words here. I'm going to bring them up a little bit higher. Let me move it up here. I can turn them a little bit. And you can move these words and drag them around until they're in a place that you like them. I don't like that it's crooked, so I'm going to straighten it out a little bit there. You can maybe make this a little bit slanted to get it to fit. And you can move it around so that it's in an area that you like. I like mine to be moved up here a little bit, and you can play around with it. And you have your address on there. But one thing that you can do with the picture is this. So I'm going to click on my map here, and I might make it look just a little bit different by going over here to the side when I clicked on it. And I went to, if it doesn't show up, it's under Format right here where it popped open. And I might want to add a reflection. And so if I click on this little box here to reflection on here, it will show up, if I move this up, kind of like it's above water. And you can see down here there's a little reflection there. As you do that, I'm going to move it up so you can see the reflection on there. I moved it up a little too far. You can do the same to these here too. You can add a reflection there if you wanted to, and it looks like it's reflected in the water. That's one thing you can do. You could add shadows to it. Don't go too much where it's hard for you to read it. One thing else I might do on my map here, as I'm playing around with the words a little bit here, is I might add an arrow to point to where Great Sand Dunes is right here. So to do that, you can insert over here, and instead of a text box, you're going to insert a shape. And if I move my mouse over here, I'm going to insert an arrow. My arrow I want to point this way. And now it gives me my mouse right here to where I'm going to put the arrow. I want it to point to Great Sand Dunes. So I'm going to make my arrow going this way, a nice long arrow. And I don't really want it to be white. So up here in the bucket right here, I can change the fill color. And now I might do yellow because my words are yellow. I could do it yellow to kind of match. You can go down and you can stretch your arrow out nice and long. If you wanted a fat arrow, if you wanted a really skinny arrow, you can drag it. If you wanted your arrow to be a little bit shorter, you can move it. And you can move your arrow up here with this little circle so that it can point directly at Great Sand Dunes National Park, so that when somebody was looking at this, they would know right where it is. Now, one thing I don't like too much is almost covering up the words right here, so I might move it down just a little bit and turn it. So on this slide, you will need these things. You need a map of your state where your national park is located. You need the address of your national park, including its name, the address, the city, the state, and the zip code, if it has all of that on there. And you can add an arrow, and you can add some little designs like reflections to your words here, and you need a colored background. When you're done, then you are going to add some animations by, remember, you can click on here and you can click animate to choose your animations. When you're all done and you click over on the slide here, you can also click transition, and that's how it's going to fly into the next one. So you can choose a transition. I might just say dissolve, and then that's how it's going to dissolve into the next one. And that is what you need for slide 3.